The last little kitty we're going to take a look at before we cut to break is Eclipse. Eclipse came to us back at the early part of April. She was owner surrendered, and the reason she was surrendered says she had been a stray originally, and the person kept her for a few weeks, was unable to locate her owner, and surrendered her here to the shelter. So if you're missing domestic short-haired black female cat from prior to August or April 7th, you want to make sure and check the shelter, because things like this do happen. Sometimes people will find stray animals, and instead of calling in a found report, instead of bringing them to animal control, they're a little hesitant to do that, so they might hang on to an animal in their home trying to locate the owner, and when they're unable to, after some time has passed, then they show up here. So this is Eclipse. So essentially had been owned, but and we consider her previously owned, but in looking at her history, more likely had been a stray for a while. She's about 2 to 3 years old, and we brought her up to speed on vaccines, including a rabies vaccine. She is just a little under 6 pounds. When she first came into the shelter, she did have an ear infection. She did develop an upper respiratory infection, and that's part of the challenge when you've got a shelter and you've got so many animals, especially so many cats this time of year. It's kind of like a kindergarten class. They tend to spread germs easily, and visitors, as much as we understand that visitors are well-intentioned, you might come to the shelter at this point in the year and see lots of signs that request that you not touch our cats. And spreading germs is as simple as just touching one cat, not sanitizing your hands, and then touching another one, and that can make the other one sick. You can tell every week when Randy is wrangling our kitties, he'll have a different towel on his lap, so he's not spreading germs that way. He also uses hand sanitizer between each cat, so we're not asking anything of the public that we don't ask of our valued volunteer to do the same thing. So we ask that you sanitize between cats, or just hold off on touching. But if you're really interested in adopting a cat, then certainly we can let you interact a little more closely than just seeing them through the bars. But again, this is Eclipse. She is recovered from her upper respiratory, she is recovered from her ear infection, and now she is looking for another lap to be on. We're going to go ahead and take a short break. When we come back to Pet Pals, we're going to take a look at 5 more kitties that are looking for forever homes through the Frederick County Division of Animal